When I was in the fourth grade, I learned a lesson about bullying that I still use in my work today. I rode the bus to school, and there was a new girl in school. Her name was Andrea, and she was a bully. And she was also beautiful and tough and confident. And she would come onto the bus and she would decide who she was going to pick on that day. And she would just go to town. And every day when she came on the bus, I would just pray that it wouldn't be me. And most of the time it wasn't. And she'd pick different people different days. But on this particular day, she honed in on a boy who was younger than me. And he was a boy who was often picked on. He had a lot of things. He wasn't very social. He didn't talk a lot. He wore thick glasses and carried a lot of books. And she started doing her bullying thing. She attacked him. And everyone in the bus stayed quiet, including myself. I didn't intend to say anything. I was afraid of her. But I made eye contact with that little boy as she was picking on him. And the way that he looked at me, I knew I had to say something. But I didn't know what to say, and I was afraid. And the only thing that could come to my mind was to ask her the question, "What are you doing?" I was truly curious as to whether she knew that she was hurting this little boy. So I asked her, "What are you doing?" And she looked at me and she said, "What?" And I said, "What are you doing?" And she didn't answer. She just turned away, but she stopped bullying that boy. And now, many, many years later, I know that one of the few things that has been proven to actually work when it comes to bullying and also when it comes to sexual harassment is someone else, what they call bystander intervention, someone else speaking up for the victim of the bullying or the victim of the sexual harassment. And so now in my work, I teach people how to speak up for themselves and for others. And in doing so, we talk about how to speak up when someone is being bullied and someone is being sexually harassed. Research shows that this is the most effective way to stop bullying and sexual harassment. And one of the ways that I encourage people to speak up is by asking a question. Sometimes a question as simple as, "What are you doing?" is enough to break the spell of the bullying. It might be enough to get other people to join in and say, "Yeah, what are you doing?" It might be enough to get the person who is doing the bullying or the harassment to pause for a minute and consider what they are doing. Now, this isn't an easy cure, and it takes a lot more than just one question to solve the problem of bullying. But we know that bystander intervention is the main intervention that works in these situations. And we know that questions are magic. So this is just something that you can try or encourage the people in your life to try when you're in those situations. We need to start advocating for each other, and this is where it begins.